This Saturday morning weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota Twin Cities Subaru and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Currently a little shortwave jet stream energy is kind of working across the region, and it's really departing off to the north and east. Let's take a look at some of the local modeling for using the high resolution rapid refresh. Precipitation pretty much is so light it's not being registered by the modeling, and you can see this is through about 6 o'clock this evening. But taking a look off to the lower left-hand corner there, you can start to see some precipitation working in across Pennsylvania and western portions of New York. This is valid at 2 o'clock in the morning, and this will be the setup that will be eventually moving into colder air, producing all snow during the day tomorrow. And looking at the European model, this is the lighter snows beginning to advance out of the region. This is 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and we start to begin to see some of that precipitation, and the northern extent of it changes to snow and begins to fall a lot heavier, and then it pushes into Vermont. Note that the mixing area with rain to sleet to snow is quite a bit to the south of our region. The evolution of the storm looks like it'll stay to the south. That's good news for us. It makes it pretty impact friendly for utilities with this particular storm system. This is valid 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of southern Vermont should be over with in terms of snow, just lighter snow or snow shower activity, and continuing to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. Then a pretty rapid pull away, all good there. And this is valid 1 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Looking at the 850 millibar temperatures here, this is the 0 degree line, anything colder below freezing, and below that, of course, warmer air. So want to keep a close eye on that as the evolution of the storm evolves. You can see that there's a little bit of a rise right there. This is 42 hours. This would be valid 1 o'clock on Sunday. So there'd be some potential issues here across portions of the Finger Lakes, for example, of New York, but that heads off to the south and east. So the storm mixing areas in terms of the wet snow loading would be off to the south of us. So we have 4 panels here. This is sleet, freezing rain, a mix, and snow plus wet snow. And what we can see here is valid 18Z on Monday. The storm is basically pulling away at this point in time, and it has left basically this particular area could be more problematic, maybe into southern parts of southeastern coastal New Hampshire, but heaviest snow also remaining in the southern counties, higher water equivalent, and especially as you get into down east Maine, where there's going to be some very hefty amounts and potential wet snow loading in this location here. Okay, this is valid at about 1 o'clock this early Sunday morning, and here comes our storm system. And in terms of snow, it starts to pick up in the Catskills, where there could be some loading issues there. Not seeing anything or any issues for utilities here in Vermont with snow. It looks like we're going to stay free of that. And as you can see, it begins to exit. Leftovers in the northern part of the state in the afternoon on Monday, and then between about 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock, it looks like everything's exited out with just a couple leftover flurries. Latest European model shows probably the maximum snow extent across southern Vermont into down east Maine, where the area of low pressure will be tracking and then deepening rapidly off the coast of the Gulf of Maine and throwing back a lot of moisture here. But the amounts are a little bit less, least amounts in the Champlain Valley, most across southeastern Vermont, and along the spine of the Green Mountains, seeing ample amounts of snowfall. Okay, looking at winds and wind trajectory, kind of a southeasterly wind develops on Sunday afternoon. I'm not going to see too much here. You can see the area of low pressure here pulling those winds, and they begin to lull out around 1 o'clock on Monday morning. And then by 7 o'clock in the morning, the main area of low pressure basically jumps and doubles back and forms and deepens into bombogenesis with very strong winds here. Now, what you're looking at is sustained winds. Here's your max gusts. So we have some pretty impressive winds here, as you can see, hurricane force, and the southwesterly winds here, nearly hurricane force as well. So these are wind gusts, and they start to pick up along the spine of the Green Mountains by 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, but well below thresholds. Getting just a little bit in the vicinity of fresh thresholds here. I see a 47-mile-an-hour gust, maybe at Bennington. Lull out, and then we start to see the winds on the backside where they're changing from the northwest. And it's really the southern Green Mountains that are affected most by late in the day on Monday, and then they diminish. Those are the main utility threats, and they look like fairly low impacts, maybe a little bit in wind in southern Vermont on the incoming side, but doesn't look like it's too bad. This storm here right now is shaping up, if it stays like this, and I would anticipate that it probably will based on the consistency of the model runs, including the NAM run seems to be in agreement, the WRF. It does look like we're probably going to dodge a bullet with this, and it's just going to be a good Vermont snowfall. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.